Good day, we are the team Letter B, Integrative Learning to Product. In this project, we will analyze and work to make lighter the workload and avoid disease to the workers. Foodstar Dido. Foodstar Company was established on February 15, 1993, and currently the number one fruit juice manufacturer of Thailandia in the economy segment. Foodstar owns the famous Dido brand of fruit juice and confectionery. These products are exported to the United States, Middle East, Africa, and the Southeast Asian countries. Product description: one of these products in this juice, which can be acquired in this presentation. It has different flavor and can be consumed frozen. Description of the work. The work to be analyzed is the use of thermosealing machine for the sealing through juices.
To evaluate the posture, we use the Rogers evaluation. In this methodology, you assign points according to the level of the effort or the intensity. You give 1 point if the effort is low, 2 if it is moderate, and 3 if it is high. Then you assign points according to the duration of the effort. You give 1 point if it lasts between 0 and 5 minutes, 2 points if it lasts between 6 and 20 minutes, and 3 if it lasts more than 20 minutes. Finally, you assign points according to the frequency of the effort, efforts per minute. You give 1 point if it happens 0 to 1 time per minute, 2 points if it happens 2 to 5 times, and 3 if it happens more than 5 times. So, as shown in the image, we have all the points we gave to the neck, shoulders, back, arms, hands, and legs. And as a result, we have 4 to the neck and for the back, 3 for the shoulders and for the legs, and 6 for arms and hands. In this case, arms and hands will be under moderate effort and may be in possible danger if the situation doesn't change in the future. We also use the RULA method, in which we assign 2 groups. The group A is conformed of arms, the forearms, and the wrists. The B group is going to have the abdomen, legs, and neck. So, in this method, you are going to assign points according to the images shown here for the arm position. For example, we use the number 2. We give 2 points. And you are going to add or subtract points according to the shoulders. Here we subtract 1 point, so as a result we have 1. Next to this, you give points according to the angle of the wrist. Here we choose image number 2, which is equally with 2 points. And you will have to add points if there exist turnings or rotation. In this case, there aren't, so we stay with 2 points. Then you give points according to the forearm position. Here we choose the first image, which has 2 points. And you will also have to add points according to the angles in which you work. For example, here we add 1 point, which gives us a total of 3. In this step, we will be looking for the grade for the group A, according to our previous points. We have 1 for the arm, 3 for the forearm, In the grease we have 2 points, and grease rotation we have 1 because we couldn't put 0 points. So we have a total of 3 points, and we will add 1 point because the task is repeated more than 4 times per minute. In group B, you will have to assign points to the neck according to the angle of the neck. Here we chose image number 1, which has 1 point, and we will add points if there is a rotation, which in this case there isn't. Then we assign points to the body. Here we have image number 1 because our operator is in a sitting position, and we will also add points if there is a rotation, which is not. So we have 1 point. Then you give points to the position of the legs. Here, as our operator is in a sitting position, we give him 1 point. Now we will also have to look for a grade, and we will use our previous points. We have 1 for the neck, 1 for the legs, and also 1 for the body. So here, as shown in this chart, we have 1 point. Also, we are going to add 1 point in this situation because the task is static, and 0 points because we have no weight more than 20 kilos. Finally, we are going to look for the final grade with our previous points that we gave to group A and group B. For group A, we have 4 points, and group B had a total of 2 points. So we look here in the chart, 2 points group B, 4 for group A, and it gives us 3 points. So our final grade is 3 points. In conclusion, it may require a change in the workstation. Nevertheless, it isn't a big deal, so it is not an urgent matter.
The first step is to make an analysis with 10 people, 5 men and 5 women, and obtain measurements such as the following average and standard deviation. For example, elbow height, shoulder width, scope, chest height, and one important measure to knees in sitting. The second step is calculate the percentile with the formula for each one chart, men's and women's. The formula is equal average plus less d for standard deviation. This indicates us for the improvement proposal. This improvement informs us about the readjustment of the word table with the corresponding measure of the analysis. Different software were used to obtain a design of the word table, as well as its component. In this slide, have a chart, a word table, have a percentile and real measure, and different percent. For example, scoop 5% in a woman chart, have a 60.65 in percentile and real measure 95. Here it's a blueprint with the measure showing the new design of the word table used to a cryoparametric software. Another improvement that was made to the word table was to place ergonomic pillows on the elbows for more comfort for the worker. The worker is a main function of the industry, thus reducing fatigue.
Discussion. In this part of our presentation, we are going to discuss our improvement proposals and the implementation costs of these ones. Also, we are going to mention the risk we are trying to avoid and the injuries we want to eliminate with our improvement proposals. Our improvement proposals are that all the operators wear safety equipment. Also, to design a sealer and workstation
to use anti-fatigue mats, ergonomic chairs, and ergonomic pads, and to implement a conveyor belt into our process. Our first proposal is the safety equipment. We recommend that all the operators wear safety glasses, gloves, safety boots, and earplugs. This is to avoid any type of injury or accident while using the sealer or any time during the process. Sealers and work table. As my partner has already mentioned, we can use anthropometry to design a proper workstation. This means we can design a sealer and a work table where any of the operators can work there without any risk to have any kind of injury. Also, one of our proposals is to use anti-fatigue mats, ergonomic chairs, and ergonomic pads in the workstation. This is going to bring a lot of benefits to the operators because they are going to avoid any type of back, leg, or shoulder injury. Also, it makes more comfortable the process for the operator. Conveyor belt. We recommend to implement a conveyor belt where the use moves by itself at a proper rhythm. There are a lot of types of conveyor belt, however, in this process it can be used a 3-meter long belt. With this improvement, we are looking to avoid the repetitive movement of the operator and avoid any type of injury or accident. In this slide, we can see the general layout of the company where they produce use. For this presentation, we are focusing in the blue spot, which is the sealing and cutting area. This is our proposal layout of the sealing and cutting area, where we can see the use coming from the roll to the conveyor belt. Then the use is transported to the sealer machine where the operator is working. By his side is the cutting area where they separate the sealed uses. And also in this layout are present the operators in the respective anti-fatigue mat and ergonomic chair. In this slide, we can see a simulation of the process where all of our improvement proposals are already implemented in this layout. In this slide, we can see the implementation costs of our proposals, giving us a total for the anti-fatigue mats of 1,017 pesos, for the ergonomic chairs of 3,178 pesos, for the ergonomic pads 1,196 pesos, and finally for the conveyor belt of 15,031 pesos. Our improvement proposals give us a total of 20,475 pesos of implementation costs. Nevertheless, these improvements bring a lot of benefits and rewards that my partner is going to mention right along.
We decided to use an anti-fatigue mat in the workstation because we thought that the operator needs to work both standing and sitting to reduce tiredness. Also, we think we might have to change the chair to an ergonomic chair that has low back support to prevent low back pain. The use of ergonomic pads in the workstation was to prevent carpal tunnel syndrome. The operator now has a place to rest the wrist to prevent pain and fatigue. Also, the tables were too high for the operator, so her arms were high above the elbow height, and this can cause rotary cuff tendinitis. So we lowered the table to make it more suitable for any operator.
In conclusion, with the application of learning acquired during the semester, we can mention that thanks to the analysis of the work and the use of ergonomic tools, we were able to imply the care of the workers' health, since in this fundamental part of every organization to look after its human capital.